Yeah, Champ, you can open up.
What's going on, y'all? We here. It's 8 o'clock. We on the dot. We gave y'all extra little 2 minutes, man, but we gonna go ahead and get flowing. Everybody else will catch on. So super excited to talk to y'all. We got a bunch of things we're gonna will off for y'all tonight. Me and Steven in the kitchen cooking, man. So first things first, we got a couple new websites for you guys. We have the 7 free ebooks that we've had inside of our Discord channel. We actually created a website for them, so they now have a new home and a new place to live. I can drop that to you guys inside the chat, but I'm gonna just run it through. And you guys make sure you stay tuned to the chat, because everything we're gonna discuss, we're gonna drop it in the chat for y'all, so y'all will know it. But the first website, we have our home of our free ebooks. It's 7 of them total. And that is
We'll drop that in the community PDF link.
cool. So that's our first thing. So now we have a home for all of our 7 free ebooks. You guys will be able to indulge. What I need you guys to do is actually go on to the site, and I want you to make sure you add these to your downloads. These are going to be for you. These are value adds. You all need these. These are all beneficial no matter what level you are in crypto. We created these for a reason. These are all for you guys to grow and to build upon. All right. Our next one is going to be our security. So we dropped the ebook not too long ago, and we told you guys about the looming cyber attacks and all of the chaos that's going on in the world right now. We knew it was coming. We were prepping you guys. We were making sure you guys were abreast ahead of time, so you had time to prepare. Now it's game time. Today there was another Google emergency update, but I'm going to get into that after this. So with our security ebook, I got to give props to Steve. This one was on Steve, man. He created this security site, and we now have a 2-for-1. So we know that there's a lot of people that's coming in. They don't have the Freshman 101 ebook. So what we did was we paired the Freshman 101 ebook with the security, the ultimate guide to protecting yourself in cryptocurrency. We combined those books and we discounted it. So now there's a $29 value for that. So when you buy the ultimate guide, you guys are now going to get the Freshman 101 ebook for free, right? So that's an ultimate value for you guys, because that is the 2 most important things that you need right now. And this is pressing. So anybody who doesn't have the ultimate guide, I suggest you guys go ahead and get that, because the attacks are going to keep coming, and we want you guys to stay safe and be able to hold on to your money. And then our last site is going to be our consultation site. So we now have a consultation site. I know a couple guys hit us up all the time, and they ask us about, certain spots, and, they have certain businesses, and they all want us to figure out how blockchain and crypto and Web3 and all that is going to, is going to play into your businesses. So what we want to do is we wanted to have a place where you guys can probe us and ask us whatever questions. But as you see, we've been ramping up on speaking engagements and other things going on that we're trying to expand the university. So we wanted this to be a way where you guys can send us an initial, just an initial email, or, just request saying, hey, I want to have a consultation. It's about 15 minutes of our time. We'll figure out whatever we, need for you. We'll compile something for you based upon your needs and your requests. And then we'll schedule you a time so that Steve and I can compile whatever information we need, and then we can better assist you guys. So this consultation site is really going to be awesome. And this is going to be beneficial for everybody who, owns a business, is looking into owning a business. And we want to make sure that you guys are spun up in advance before mass adoption and Web3 really hits.
And then there's also speaking engagements. So we're getting a lot of calls for that. So working with people who have existing mastermind groups, where we're starting to, be the guys that the crypto guys that kind of come in and just kick it. So we're going to embrace that role. We did Vision Expo last weekend in New York, speaking metaverse, how that space could affect the optical industry. So it was it's the largest optical show, in the US. And yeah, we're probably going to be doing their West Coast show next this summer. And that's going to be a bigger installation. So I'm telling you guys, I'm seeing it with my own eyes now that I'm out. It's moving. They just had the Miami Bitcoin show. That was big. These events and the talk, right? Even on Wall Street, my guys are like, Steve, is here. It's inevitable. Everybody's setting up for it. All the trading desks, it's just a matter of go. Like Champ was saying earlier, it's only 5% of the population is in the space. You know what I mean? This is like, it's a good time. It's a wild time, but it's gonna make sense, guys. When this money comes pouring in, it's gonna make sense. And trust me, nobody's as patient as I am. And then all those guys that started in 2009, they're probably the craziest whacked out ones by this point, because I'm a couple years off from like losing it.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that in a good way, but we're so far, we just got started. So this is crazy. Yeah. So speaking engagements, we're open for that. If you guys, have groups or are in other groups that want to, bring in more value and synergy. I just feel like no matter what part of the technology you're on, it's going to affect everybody's lives. It's going to affect every single industry. There's this is the internet times 1,000. I was telling Champ earlier, man, it's an exciting time right now. It's the biggest product that you could be a part of.
Absolutely.
And it's all gearing up just the way it's like you couldn't even play it any better. Big problems, and here's the solution. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So consultation, speaking engagement.
So next this is Preston, and this is for everybody. The fact that you guys are on this call, we definitely appreciate you. This is important because this is going to affect everybody. It doesn't matter if you already started using you guys do me a favor, mute up. So this is pressing, right? This just came out today. I don't even think it was 2 weeks ago. Google had put out an emergency update. What's going on is Google has identified another malware and malicious cyber attack that was looming today. So they put out a new emergency update. I just created the video for that, and I'm going to drop that inside of Telegram and Discord chats. I think I just put it in 2 of the Discord chats already. But basically, you guys are going to need to go in just like last time, click the 3 dots top of your browser and give an update. We told you guys, and we keep reinforcing this over and over, but this is really that urgent. What we're doing is we're trying to make sure that you guys are safe, because when you're using your Google Chrome browser is basically a bridge. Even if it's Brave and a couple others that's owned by Google Chrome. You guys can be just doing your normal everyday Google searches, shopping online, whatever. And when these cyber attacks come, you will never know, but they're attaching to different websites that you visit. They're, they're taking your data, they're taking your cookies, patching on to your keystrokes, getting your passwords and all of that good stuff. So when they put out these emergency alerts, that means this is critical. This means it affects almost all of their users. So you guys make sure you go in and update your Google Chrome browsers, especially those that got into the node projects, because you're imminently affected. So you have to make sure that this is done. And again, this is another reason why we put out the ebook. This identifies these exact reasons. This is why we put out these products, so that you guys will have a vision of the landscape and know how to navigate. It's not just about investing your money. You have to know how to protect yourself. If you don't know how to protect yourself, you might as well just literally invest in crypto and just literally start giving it away. It's that simple, because these attacks right now are happening, and they're going to continue to happen with no, like, in no sight of slowing down. So, in these times, we don't have regulations. A lot of things aren't secure. So this is up to you. And there's no such thing as too much security. So everybody needs to make sure that you're practicing good OPSEC, you're securing yourself. So right now, like we said earlier, we discounted we did a 2-for-1 on the security website. I dropped the link already in the chat. So you guys can go on, click on the icon, and now you're getting 2-for-1. You're getting security and the freshman 101 for $100. So guys, make sure you take advantage of that. Next, we're going to go into Discord. So with Discord, we just been noticing, this was something Steve brought to my attention. Like, we haven't been seeing you guys as active as much, and we want that engagement. You know what I mean? The reason we started on Telegram, of course, and it was easier. So everybody it was a free for all inside the chat. A lot of information was getting pushed to the top. It was inundated with a whole bunch of just back and forth. So we organized it and we put separate channels for separate groups and separate things inside Discord, but we're not seeing the same type of engagement. So what we want to do is we want to probe you guys and see what it is. If it's too difficult to understand, if you guys need a video, a learning video on it, we're happy to do that for you. But we definitely want some feedback from you guys, especially the ones on Kevin, Boomy, T, Nicola, everybody, Stephanie, everybody. Any pointers you guys have for us that we can do to make this better or easier for y'all, we got y'all. Steve, you muted.
No, I'm saying, like, we could move into more classroom settings, I feel, and offer the same, training.
Mm-hmm.
And then it gets to be engaging, right? Because once you read the stuff, it's like if we're not kind of there with them talking about the stuff every day like we do when we research projects, that's kind of the whole point of this is to understand the industry, understand the sectors, find some good projects that you like, follow them, and then just keep gaining the knowledge. So that way you stay ahead. I think sometimes we kind of lose sight thinking that it's all trading or it's all spots. This is like a way of thinking prior to, just imagine if your parents would have told you the power of the internet as you were super young, and they were visionaries. You'll be able to do this, that. Like, what would that kid be at this point? And those are all the tech guys, at the end of the day. So now we're here knowing that, a lot of things are changing and everything's going here. And, this is funding a war and that's funding the dark web. It's like, it's a perfect storm. But I think what makes it better than the system we're in now is you could be where you want to be, right? Because now we got to play in a particular zone. I have to be, my credit has to be this much on these. It's just we're already put through a system, but on the blockchain, I'm foreseeing what it's going to look like for me, and it's great because I don't have to be on Instagram for a particular subgroup and having to deal with everything that Instagram has. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't fit me. you know, and this is the cool thing when you can get a group of people together that are, you know, have a lot in common, you know, and that's why the community-based projects are successful with really no case use. It's just a matter of just, yo, if people say this is it, then this is it. You know, and if you could do that, then you could do the opposite of that. Yeah, no, we're not having that anymore. So it's a pivotal time right now. And we see how interconnected we are in the world. You know what I'm saying? They're like freezing people's assets that just know somebody. You know what I mean? Like no due process, guys. They're making us feel comfortable right now. You know, every sanction, look at it. It's economic sanction. So the downside to this digital space is, listen, these guys are going to know a lot. So that's another thing. How do you position yourself to, you know, to play in some muddy waters? It won't be any much protection on that side, but, you know, at least you could be off the radar a little bit if you, you know, if you know, you want to be a little low on some things that you do. So everything you partake in is gonna either benefit you or not benefit you in this new system. So, you know, this is beyond a trading group, guys. You got to start getting the information, and if we're putting it out in, you know, in free fashion, and we're not getting any feedback or engagement, it kind of takes the air out of it. So I take accountability because I think we should probably will be definitely doing this every week and just having, you know, just conversation. All things crypto, and, you know, sometimes it clearly veers off. But yeah, we gotta spark this thing back up again. And I get it. It feels like the world's on the axis. Last month was, you know, we didn't have one planet in retrograde. So that's why last month was just like, don't tell me you guys are gonna make money in futures. Every single play, just printing money. And this month, it's rocky. You know, you see it right back. You know, Russia, you know, the debt. It's like, oh my God, killed it. My stocks look crazy this morning. Couldn't even believe it. That market, if you can just get what you get, you have to get out. You know, that's why today I just kind of chilled out with the crypto calls, because it was just like shit weird. You know, it's moving, but it's not. But we should be in an okay position because it closed above 42.5.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. What's next, champ?
Our new 1%. Thank you, Stephanie. We definitely appreciate that. We put in work, man. So we definitely want everybody to go on over there to them websites and check them out. So our next talking point is going to be the 1% trading group. So in the 1%, this is going to be for, so I'll tell you the backstory of why we created this, right? And then what it is. So we get a lot of inquiries about certain projects. Team Roller, he's one of the ones that I always pick on because he's always searching for new projects. He's always looking for something to put his money into, right? And he doesn't care how risky it is. Even when we tell him it's high risk, high reward, he just wants in. And we understand that. We know that everybody is operating in different tiers, right? There's different people that's really, really aggressive, that want passive income. They don't mind taking on that extra risk. So for those people, and that exact reason, we're going to implement what's called the 1% trading group. This is going to be new spot calls. They're going to be early. We're going to try to give you plays before they even drop. And today, for everybody who's on this call, I'm glad you're here. I hope you got your pen and pad because we're going to drop 2 on you before you get off this call. And one of them is out already, right? And it's done a nice run. But we've got another one that can possibly do a 20x And I'm talking about it hasn't even officially released until next month. So I'm super excited. All right. So this is going to have new spot calls, new plays, new node projects, and it's going to be risky, but this is going to be for everybody who's willing to assume that risk. And Steve is literally taking me off the chain. So when I tell you there's going to be a lot of calls, a lot of plays and stuff that come out, it's going to be up to you guys to do your due diligence. But of course, we're not going to put you in harm's way. We're still going to try to filter and try to protect you guys from rug pulls. But again, this is why you need the ultimate guide to security, because a lot of the stuff that we're going to teach you is already written, and that's a guide that you guys are always going to need. But this 1% group, I feel super strongly about it. I know Steve does, and we just about to go, man. We're gonna turn it up a couple notches, because we got goals to reach, and we know y'all do too. So we want to help y'all get there. Hey, with risk comes reward. So those of you who are ready, you're gonna reap the reward. You got anything you want to add to the 1%?
No, it was just time, because even with me, I was just telling Champ the other day, I kind of fell back from what I used to do. And it was really just trying to find, projects and really keep up with all aspects of crypto. So I missed that space, even though I get it through the form of news now. Before I got it through the form of research, it felt more rewarding than it does now, right? Because it's like by the time it's written. So going back to what Champ said, it's really just getting down to the early shit that comes out and showing you guys how to get the money, right? It's gonna crash out, and we'll tell you, listen, high risk, but you gotta get in and get out. Yeah, so I'm getting back to that wheeling and dealing again, NFT flips. Because it only be right. I'm not gonna. I've watched a lot of things. I've watched Doge and all types of shit happen to people in this space, man. So absolutely. I'm gonna start playing some silly games right now, guys. Yeah, I'm in.
All right. And that turns my switch on right there. You know what I mean? That get me antsy. That get me hype.
Listen, this guy he bought an NFT, right? So I think he bought it for like 40. He said it was worth like 110, 120. He said they airdropped him 2 NFTs, piles of dirt.
Literally.
Piles of dirt, 20,000 a piece if he wanted to sell it right now. For free airdrop. This is the silliness that's going on, guys. And then there's people that are like leasing it, right? Like leasing it for ownership right around those times. And they're getting those incentives. So there's a lot of little tricks. So if you want to play, around a little bit, like I said, Champ's all the way unhinged, and I'm back.
Word.
Yeah, I'm back. But it's really in and out, guys. This isn't something that you mull over. Like you're in position, the money's where it needs to be. A lot of stuff is like, pancake swap, and it's a different way. It's a different flow. It's a lot stupider. Yeah, it's nerve wracking because it seems just real sketchy. Like, damn, y'all niggas, we're outside in the alley at night. Like, there's nothing good about that space. There's just one too many layers for me, just to get a transaction done. Still sitting on money with no liquidity, but you're looking at like hundreds of thousands of dollars, but there's no liquidity. They can't pay it out. Like those type of projects.
So, hey, this is Deegan level. You know what I mean? That's what it's called, Deegan. So this is the bottom of the barrel. This is where the Warriors play. This is where you earn your keep. This is where you get your stripes at in crypto. So when we tell you we lost over 200,000 in crypto, listen, this is all facts. And this is the type of stuff that we dibble and deal in. But hey, I mean, this is how you get ahead. So, these type of plays can get you a lot of excess cash on hand right now in the short term into the midterm. And then if you want to take that money out, as you see fit, you take it out, do whatever you need to do, put it in savings, whatever, but you'll still have money that you can then go into our other spot calls, or you can put in the futures and into our node projects. Like, y'all got to be smart when it comes to these plays, because we're giving you the blueprint, but we can't make you do it. You guys have to do it. And of course, we're always here. So especially when we have these Zoom calls once a week, like, guys, there's no reason why nobody shouldn't have questions. Because if you have a question and we have time for it, when we stop the recording and we feed you guys, listen, that's what we're here for. So, and then now we have the consultation site too. So, if you don't feel comfortable talking in front of everybody else, hey, hit us up for a consultation. We'll get you taken care of there. Too easy. So the next flow, this is a personal favorite. This is one of Steve's favorite as well. So we're going to go into the Web3 presale. So this Web3 presale, we've been talking about this for a while. We're putting the final touches on it. We are going to release the Web3 paid product. It's going to be in the form of a t-shirt. You guys are going to be able to scan just how we did the Skyton logo. Using the code, you scan the QR code and you'll be able to gain access to that ebook. It's going to be super dope. The design is already done for it. Shout out to Steve for that. He killed that design. So, it's going to be wearable. You guys will have the t-shirt with it, but you'll be able to just scan it. And once you scan it, you'll have access to your ebook. And it's 96 projects as of right now. I just went into it right before the meeting. So there's 96 Web3 products in there. We already prepped you guys with the first installment that was free, and that's on the website as well. So, those of you who don't have it, I suggest that you go get it. There was 10 different projects within that free ebook that'll kind of get you your wheels spinning, get you in the mind state of Web3, where all the ownership is returned to the people. So guys, this is super, super important. I don't know what y'all doing, but anytime you have free time, make sure you're investing in yourself, because this is where that money is going to be made. When Web3 hits, everything changes. They're removing centralized parties. The power goes back to you, me, and everybody else on this call and everybody in the university. If you fail to capitalize off it, that's your fault. It's that simple. So if you need a refresher, go to the site we provided. The link is in the chat. Hit that site up, get your free ebooks, download them all, and then run through them. There's 10 in there, and once you run through it, you'll already be in the mind state to receive and be able to unpack 95, 96 different Web3 projects. So that's going to be super major. But I'm even more excited about the t-shirt, just because I'm a hip hop head. I'm an artist myself. So, like that whole Wu-Tang aesthetic, super fire. But I can't wait for y'all to get that. Was there anything you wanted to add to that, Steve?
Yeah. Damn, champ, you're killing it today. No, Web3. Actually, you're giving them there's 2 Web3 projects tonight that you're giving.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. So listen, guys, these Web3 projects, and I urge, when you get the calls tonight, go to the App Store and grab and download the apps. See exactly what it is. This shit is huge. Right? All the industries are about to get flipped upside down. They're about to get flipped upside down. So now I'm excited about this Web3. I've been kind of taking my time on the parts that I needed to do. Champ pretty much wrapped up his stuff, but I keep wanting to give a little bit more. So it's taking me a little bit of time. But yeah, the projects now are they're amazing, and they have a huge market share. You know, it's unfair, you know, what's about to happen. But yeah, the two tonight champ, those are game changers.
Mhm.
Those are game changers. Yeah, that Web3 guys, you have to study Web3 to have a true understanding of it. It's a lot. I'm learning a lot. I'm still learning. Shit's nuts. You know, the capabilities, but then there's the downside to it. And we'll have a discussion on that when we release. So that way you guys have a backstory, and then we can really dive into like, like what's the real problems that we're going to face in Web3. And the person that could have a solution already set up for that problem, because we know what the problem is going to be. You know, that could be like an intermediary. That's going to be a big space, because that's how off things are going to be. Somebody that could just mix it up a little bit. That sounds like court, but I don't know. Web3 is huge, guys. You should be making money at all aspects in Web3. You know, whether you invest in the project, invest in running a node for the project, like, you know, this is like people ran and operated. You know, and a lot of these nodes are being housed, you know, in a cloud. You know, so cloud space, you know, for blockchain technology, like there's so many sectors we're going to start introducing you to where you can, you know, you can start to be an early investor in, you know, in being a person who can, you know, mine and stake data, you know, because it has to flow through a lot of servers. There's going to be money to be made. So, you know, that's the new economy, right? So all these jobs that they're automating is, yeah, we got it, right? I'm the register guy now. You know, I pack my own bags. Cool. So this is where the new economy is going to be. And you guys get to see it first, you know, from us, you know, before it even materializes. That's the advantage. You know, stop focusing so much on the trading. That's cool, but it's only to get you, you know, engaged in the market, not just for that. I know guys, I'm like, do you know what you're investing in? And they don't know, they don't care. So I'm like, you're not getting the full value. You know, like calls I was making back in October, look at the coin values, AVAX, like $30. You know what I mean? Like, those are all, I told you, those are all spots. I'm not looking at things that are like, you know, and that's another thing in the 1% group. I got some things, you know, that could hammer off, but it could also, you know, it could go the opposite way too. But, you know, it's one of those, it's so cheap. So I'm just open to taking a little bit more risk. I tend to make more money the last time I had that mindset. So, what you got next?
This the fun part. This the spot time.
Nice. I'm taking notes too. Yo, the crazy part is not this time because I was in, but the last couple meetings, you guys actually got the spot calls at the same time I got them. So Champ's not even flowing in my way first. Champ's in like 4 months ago.
Yo,
he buys it off market.
yo,
like,
listen.
Do you have it? Don't you have it? He don't got his private keys. He got half of them. The trading fees are 90%.
Listen, so with these projects, man, Steve crazy, man. With these projects, y'all, the reason they're so important is because these are future projects. You know, we're real big on, and me personally, I'm huge on deep diving into a project, learning what it's about, what it does, how it's going to impact the people, right? We talked to y'all about Web3. and how important Web3 is. So think about this. Right now, it's springtime. You know, we here. It's almost summertime. Everybody want to get their bodies right, right? So now this is going to lead you to your health and wellness, exercising, doing all the above. Now there's projects that are socially focused. This is social fi, right? So this is a gym for everybody on the call. This is social fi. This is what impacts the people, right? So this coin is a mix of social, Web3, and metaverse. So GMT, somebody actually mentioned this in one of the chats, right? So this is what made us so hype about it. GMT. GMT is stepping, right? Fitness. And what this is about is fitness, right? It's focused on daily activity, making sure people get to moving, right? You know, we off the backs of the C word, you know what I mean? Everybody was in the house locked up. You couldn't really, you know, move how you wanted to move. So the owners, what they wanted to do was they wanted to make sure that the people itself was actually exercising, putting in work. And they wanted to build a concept that was the first of its kind. And it's called move to earn, move and earn, or move to earn, right? So the more that you get to moving, the more activity, the more energy you exert, the more calories you burn, the more you can earn through your character, right? So when you purchase this project, this is going to promote activity and it's going to be less driving. They want it to be eco-friendly. So of course, this is how they're pushing it to the world. You know what I mean? There's so much gas consumption and all that good stuff. Instead of that, they want people to actually just be running, walking, jogging, exercising, all the above. So you're going to earn money through this concept. And this concept is the first of its kind. So in the big scheme of things, this is a game changer because it's pushing people to actually be healthy. You know what I mean? They want big partnerships to come in, and they already have some now. So this is one of the projects out of the two that has made a nice little uptick. So you have the ability now to get in, but I don't think the upside is going to be as tremendous as it was if you would have got in maybe a week ago. So this is GMT is the ticker for it. You know, when you guys do your searches for it, I just want to reiterate it. It's GMT, and it's called Steppin. STEPN is the name of that token. You want to add anything to it, Steve?
Man, you killed that.
That's what I do, man. It's the Oracle, baby.
Killed that.
So this is the one. This is my baby right here. So when we look at projects, right? Steve is known for this. He always tells you guys, all right, so if you find a project and the project, it makes a substantial move, it appreciates. Once it appreciates, there's always room for upside because we haven't hit mass adoption yet. So never ever cancel out in your mind a project that we've given you guys, unless we tell you, no, this project is dying and this is the reason why. But when we give you spots, they're well thought out and calculated. So GMT is definitely a game changer and it's the first of its kind. But what happens when something comes out and it's the first of its kind? It's always met with competition. So when it's met with competition, it doesn't matter where it's from, you have to keep your eyes on it and pay attention to it. So we check the tokenomics and I'm seeing, okay, this is the first of its kind, it's the originator. Somebody's going to try to come out and do something a little better or a little wiser. So I got to digging. Me and Steve have a meeting at the mines and we find project number 2. Now this one is not out yet. So this is a super gem. I cannot stress this enough. And if GMT Steppin has already done 80%, 90%, 150%, it's doing these astronomical appreciations, you can almost bet with certainty that this next project is going to do the exact same thing. This one has the potential to do a 20x from right now. This is a 20x. If you was to put it down, I'm not telling you this is not financial advice, but I'm telling you, if you was to put $1,000 behind it, you could possibly do $20,000 like that. We're talking about within the span of 30 days. This next project is called Calo, C-A-L-O. Calo Run is the same thing. It's a stepping competitor. But this project is on the Binance Smart Chain. And this is where you earn tokens by working out. But the niche behind this one is it has NFT sneakers. It has built-in metaverse. So with these NFT sneakers, they have a metaverse function, and they're building out a metaverse ecosystem off the Calo project. And you earn, the more calories and stuff that you burn, you'll be able to earn more fat and more Calo. These are two different projects built into Calo, right? They also have a app store. It's called Calo Run, C-A-L-O space run, R-U-N. I just literally downloaded the app, so I haven't used it yet, but I'm definitely going to be using it because I've been super focused. Yes, Denise, it's on Binance. Yes, it's called Binance Smart Chain, but BSC, same thing. But Calo is definitely going to be a game changer, and this is super early. There's only 2 exchanges that have it for sale, and one is, I want to say, semi-trusted, right? If I had to put a percentage behind it, I would say it's about 75% trusted, right? Most of the volume would go through Pancake Swap. As always, we tell you guys go right on the CoinMarketCap, do your due diligence, do your research, but this project has not yet officially launched. So I'm giving you a gem. We are giving you a gem that is early. It has not yet been released. If you want to properly position yourself, the goal is to get in early before it booms, take your profit, and then funnel your profits into other things. I can't stress this enough. It launches next month, May 2022. So you guys got a whole month early. So I don't want to hear no excuses. If we check in and we say, yo, who got Calo? Who got GMT? I hope everybody on this call raises their hand and say, oh, I'm in, I'm up. I made 30 grand. I made 100 grand. I made whatever, whether you choose to share it or not. But this is why we're giving it to you early. So this is a super gem. But I'm really, really digging Calo. Me personally, I'm digging Calo over GMT. Not just because it's one of the first of its kind, because they were so quick out the gate to be a competitor to something that they already saw moving, and it was socially focused. They already seen the vision and implemented Web3 and metaverse tech into their projects. So this is why I personally am loving Calo. So I'll give you guys further updates, Steve as well. But this is my personal choice. All right. So my guy, Steve.
Yeah. Yep. I'm on that Calo wave, but it's those dark waters, man. Pancake Swap. Like,
yeah.
I used to live in that space of always finding it early. And then listen, it's simple too. So we're going to start throwing out some new coins on Discord also. So when new coins come out, let's say if we know a company's about to get listed on Coinbase, they tend to go up 30% in a day. So we'll start to, scout those calls and say, yo, listen, get in and then just get out before the end of the day. Because they run up nice on the exchanges. Yeah, so we'll start passing those to you guys too. It's just there's so much money being made in other areas of crypto. And I don't think all of it's gonna live when regulations come. So this is like the one of the last runs, put it that way. You just gotta win more than you lose.
Absolutely.
but we've been doing this
Absolutely.
for a while. So in the security book, you know what to look for. So yeah, we know it's going to be a rug pull, but you do get out early and you're gone. You know, you just don't want to be the last guy at that party. So usually the sooner you get in, it runs up and you could afford to go out because you're already at, 200% from nothing. Just a matter of being able to hold it, Trust Wallet, like you start getting into those worlds, Coinbase Wallet, those are terrible, guys. Like, that I don't like playing in that space at all.
Absolutely. Those hot wallets are not the safest places to have your assets sitting in. You know what I mean? And of course, I keep plugging the ebook because I can't stress to y'all how important that ebook is. Y'all have to get your hands on it. If you don't have it already, you're losing right now because you're not abreast of the landscape. But I'm telling y'all, that ebook lays this out, especially when you're in projects like this. That's early. You don't have a lot of cold storage wallets that are actually be able to hold it because the project they haven't made that relationship yet. So they don't have the ability to have that coin stored on a ledger or whatever else. You know what I mean? And we giving y'all options that you guys can make it safe for yourselves and you'll know the lay of the land. So you're not just out here just putting your money in crazy projects without doing your due diligence and then getting rug pulled. Me and Steve both been victims. No, Callow, Brian, no, it's not. Callow is only on Pancake Swap and I believe it's called not BitTorrent. I could tell you momentarily. But
Big Forex.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. But I mean that that's part of the due diligence. You know what I mean? Plus we have the we have the coin market cap watch list. We've said this almost every meeting that we've had. If you don't already have it, go to your phone now, go to the app store, download coin market cap, sign in, make yourself an account, sign in. And then when we share these watch lists with you guys will have access to it. And any time that we update that watch list with new projects, you guys will be able to access it. And this is something you're going to use, whether it's us giving you the game or the knowledge, or you go get it from somewhere else, or you get it on your own. It does not matter. Coin market cap is one of the essentials that everybody should have. That and Coin Gecko is another one, but that's secondary. We not operating off Coin Gecko, but that's a little advanced. But this one right here is where you guys definitely need to stay. And Steve actually made a watch list for y'all today. So we'll go in and share that.
Yeah, fitness, Web3 fitness. Yeah, that Web3 is a wild space, man. I've seen some stuff, guys. This shit. Some of the shit is dope. It makes the experience better and more immersive. Well,
so it's in the chat, y'all. I just shared the watch list Steve created for y'all. So that's definitely big salute to Steve on that because he just blessed y'all.
Next part is we got to be positioned to have projects like these guys too. That's another part of the sector where we end up getting locked out. So identifying there's a lot of people doing a lot of things that need funding. It's a lot of opportunity in the space, guys. For you to be the first, for you to be a consultant. They're going to pay a lot of money for consulting. They're going to pay a lot of money.
We definitely right here about to capitalize on it. So anybody out there who, you got a business, you got a group, you got a team, whatever it is, I'm telling you guys, you want to start positioning yourself now. Don't wait till it's too late, because then you're just going to find yourself being another user. And at that point, it's just more consumerism. You know, it's just nothing beneficial to you. The value add is right now, early.
Any questions in there?
Nah, no questions. Brian just asked about Callow being on KuCoin. When we answered that. Anybody else got any questions? If you want to, y'all can unmute yourselves or you can type it in the chat.